Bom dia, sejam muito bem-vindos.
Good morning, welcome. Let's start the second day of APDC's conference, one of the most important technology conferences in Portugal, and from the feedback that we get from the internet from all over the world, I remind you that we don't only have live audiences, but we also have international online audiences. That's why we are also broadcasting in English. I'm going to approach several topics, always looking for the way forward to the future, the post-COVID economy, and how it relates to technology, and how these realities are going to give us the aid necessary to overcome our problems. We're going to speak about journalism, the media, and how to create and retain talent. Precisely, that's the main goal of many companies in Portugal, how to attract young talent and retain it. So we're going to start this second day with a presentation by the Portuguese Minister of the Economy, António Costa Silva. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to thank the kind invitation of Mr. Carapuça to take part in APDC's conference. I'd like to say good morning to you all and start by saying that APDC has been an essential institution in the country to have strategic reflections on the dissemination of new technologies, information technologies and communication technologies. So this conference is an example of this prevalence of the strategic side of this issue. We're experiencing difficult times internationally with a new geopolitical framework that some want to call the post-Cold War. The geopolitical changes in the world are very worrying. There are many changes, and so we have a war ongoing in Europe, a large war with the invasion of the Ukraine. Many things are changing. This is perhaps the first digital war in history. The digital space is where the war is taking place. In the 20th century, it was aviation, but in the 21st century, it's the digital world where we see these changes. War in Europe is difficult. If we look back at the two world wars in the 20th century, both took place in Europe because of the extreme nationalisms. If we look at the 20th century, the first half of it was tragic. Between the beginning of the First World War in 1914 and the end of the Second World War in 1945, 150 million people died in Europe because of the wars. So it's very worrying to see what's happening today. Let's hope that the European Union, together with its allies, may find the ways to build a geopolitical architecture and contain the war and bring peace back to our continent. Otherwise, the situation may become worse and extremely difficult. I believe in humankind, though we don't seem to learn from our mistakes. But we are inventive, we are creative as humans, and we always develop new ideas to confront the challenges that we face. And I believe that we are in an era of great changes in the economy, and with the eclosion of technology data technology, the impact may be 10 times faster than the Industrial Revolution, and a huge transformation that may take place. And Portugal is the case in which technological development may bring forward an effect for change. And all that which is happening in digital technologies, artificial intelligence, learning, machine learning, the Internet of Things, the Internet of People, is allied to the physical changes with self-driving cars and the virtualization of production systems, new developments in material sciences, 3D printing, which is also changing manufacturing, and production chains, and logistic chains. So in this sense, I think in Portugal we have the duty to make this structural change of our economy, to change the productive profile and bring on board knowledge and innovation to any manufacturing process, new products, new goods and services with added value, to develop stronger clusters, to improve our exports, and to be strong and sustainable for the future. That's why within the Resilience and Recovery Plan, all the pillars that have to do with business innovation and mobilizing agencies are the pillars that we are betting on. We have now concluded the second stage of the mobilizing agencies, and we have a lot of investment, 4 billion euros, and we are advocating for all these changes to be forwarded. There are many million euros in the resilience and recovery plans, but we have to make good use of these funds and enjoy the loans that we are entitled to. We have to bet on business innovation and incorporating knowledge to the transformation of our productive tissue. And many of these have to do with sectors that we have in our country, some of the so-called traditional sectors that are being reinvented, like footwear, textiles, ceramics, furniture, even the agri-food sector, with many products, especially related to metallomechanics and the building of machinery. These are sectors that are benefiting a lot from 3D printing, but the agenda includes other sectors that are essential for the country in the field of health sciences, making new vaccines and active substances for new drugs. We can include this in transforming industrial policy. We shall have a new source of wealth for the country. But also in aerospace or automation, in every area that has to do with microelectronics, with software and other complicated services, we are very strong and important. Also in the economy of the sea, we're going to invest in marine biotechnologies to improve aquaculture and reconfigure the economy of our country to change some polluting components to invest in the future. The economy of the sea is also very important. We can also draw energy from the sea. This is part of the new geopolitical age in which we are entering. We have seen that Europe's energy security has been questioned, so we can think about new opportunities to develop ocean energies and renewable energies, and Portugal can be a leader in this kind of clean technologies and clean energy sources. So we have, as I said, great challenges ahead of us. The RRPs are involved in digitization. And also we have the public administration to transform. This means to reduce lots of costs for companies, to become more efficient, to have a greater interaction with citizens, and revolutionize the provision of services. All of this is crucial. The same applies to the digitization of health with interoperable health records and databases, where patients become anonymized in order to be able to try to identify soon enough what diseases there might be out there, and to provide better health care with better health prevention, which is very important for our population that is aging. That's the situation across Europe. People above the age of 60 are usually suffering from more than one condition. We also have to digitize education, the schools, involving teachers in this change of paradigm, but also the students, introducing new elements to make classrooms attractive and changing radically the education paradigm by mobilizing all the students and teachers with these new opportunities. And also the digitization of businesses. We have a program for 4.0 business, which is essential and must be reinforced by other programs to achieve a digitization of business and trade and services, making the most of electronics, e-commerce that can change Portuguese companies into global competitors with products that may be sold in the international market with a competitive edge. So this is the new paradigm of the digitization of businesses, with new manufacturing systems, new marketing systems to become more agile and in line with changes in this new world, to create a new paradigm for the future. I think that our country is prepared for this. We have a great vitality in our business fabric. We have to trust in our business. We have to bet on our businesses, and we trust that the scientific and technological sector will continue to develop new forms to go the way forward, to have a better country in the future that is fairer and more inclusive in this new era that starts for all of us. Thank you very much, and I hope you have the best conference.